Hello, welcome back to the Speaking of Tea podcast, where we talk about all things tea, poetry, and the lifestyle surrounding the two. I'm Rochelle Mecca, your host, and I am a healer, a tea ceremony specialist, and author of poetry books, and even recently started a publishing company called Peacock Poetry Publishing. So today is the 1st of October, and as you can tell, I am really feeling the vibes. Well, I dressed in all black anyways, but, I was going out for brunch with my friends and decided, okay, I'm wearing the black dress, I'm wearing the black everything that feels right. I'm really feeling into the season already. I love it. Oh, and then we went to a thrift store after lunch, and I found exactly what I was manifesting. I like to decorate my front door. With floral things. So basically, I was imagining some kind of like strip of leaves, sort of as a runner hanger thing. Anyways, I'm going to show you the picture. Isn't it perfect? I love it. I love it. So that's actually the thing that I found. Or else I was going to find some materials from the woods and make up something of my own, which would have been fun as well. But you know what? It showed up and I have to do less work. So that's fun. Anyways, welcome to the beginning of the month. The autumn season has begun. I'm very excited. I have definitely a few things on my mind that I want to talk about today, and of course, as the tea flows, so does the conversation. So the tea that I am steeping, where did I put it? Oh, okay, good up there. The tea I'm going to be steeping is one that I bought a few years ago. It's a puerh cake. And I always kept it inside of the tea house while I had it open for the year. And I never cracked into it because I was just kind of like waiting for like the right moment. And I still can't exactly tell you why the right moment was the last day I had the shop open, but it was. What was special about this cake? Well, it's a 2020 sheng puerh, so it's got rats on the label, and the on the image of these rats, it looks exactly like the tea tray that is the one that my friend had built for me back in 2019. And so here it is. Here it is. So it's these little rats on the tea tray having tea, and oh no, the symbology of three rats and cups. There's in some tradition, I don't know if it's the Chinese or the Taiwanese tradition, but to have three people sat for tea and pour for 3 cups from the pot. So anyways, that's what's also special there. And since it matched my favorite tea tray, I just really like to have this one out on display. So it was the last day of that tea house being open that I did crack into this cake. And now it being October 1st, that marks the 2 years since I closed the shop. It's not much of a celebration because it's still a little sad for me. I miss my tea hut. But I have been narrowing in on the end of this cake. So I just scooped the last of the leaves and put it into this cup and getting ready for steeping. So that's kind of, it's change of season, things coming to a close, cycles perhaps ending. We can say cycles are ending. Why not? That just gives better manifest to new things beginning. Oh, on that note, just because I remembered, while I was putting up the leaves around the door, I was just thinking, because it also started raining, I was like, this is the time of year when we start to notice things die. We are harvesting things, plants. Leaves are starting to lose their leaves and, the changing colors and all this. So we are noticing the death of many things, but at the same time, for us here on Vancouver Island, the rain is coming back, and now it's actually nourishing and bringing things back to life. So I just thought that was a really, really nice duality. So there you have it. All right, here I am just warming up the pot. That was the first step. I don't know if you don't know Gong Fu Cha, we warm up the pot first, get it ready for the leaves, and then they go. I should have turned the microphone because there are just little subtleties in the sound of the leaves going. Ooh, I'm going to get some dust. I'm going to get some dust, but that's why I have this fine filter here. I'm never not excited, but no, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm always excited. I think. I don't know. Depends if you've been listening to this long enough. No, I was fatigued. I was tired. I went to that restaurant with friends and you ordered tea somewhere and I don't know. When I got the receipt and saw that they named this chai tea premium, but in fact it was from a Lipton bag. Whew. Paying $3.75 for something that did not get me far or flavorful or, the dust that I just poured out of this cup. Yeah. Anyways, can I leave it at that? All right, I'm gonna smell this. Refreshing, earthy, bitter. This is how you should feel when you're just smelling the tea, okay? The tea leaves before they're even steeped. Like I'm getting this high from just the smell. May I go back to my restaurant reference, or do you get the point? I think you get the point. Oh! Oh my gosh. Oh no. Okay. I'll try to get back to another moment when I was in the thrift store. Just me noticing something. I just got high off of this realization of pandemic things. It was all a scam. I promise you. Not that the illness was fake, people got sick, but the politics surrounding it was all a scam. I will live and die by that, even if I die by the disease. Alright, that's our rinse. And I definitely totally forgot the filter, but that's okay because we don't need to give the filter all of that. Oh, but look at the color already. Look at this. Oh, it's so orange. It's just so like the season. Ah! Okay. Side note. That's a good reason why I went for the sheng. Because on a day when we are starting to have the rain and falling into the season, feeling the kind of, say, spookier vibes, the romance of the autumn. That's me. That's how I feel. I would have gone for a show puerh, is where I'm getting at. I would have gone for a show puerh because it's like dark and earthy and fermented, and it just feels like what you want to have cozying up on a rainy day. But I did decide on the sheng puerh for that specific reason of the, 2-year, I don't want to call it an anniversary, but, anyways, just the color of this tea coming out so orange was just mint. Okay. Let's steep this for real. You have to deal with like 10 minutes of this podcast before I'm actually drinking the tea. Yes. Welcome to my world. I'm not here to waste your time. I'm here to entertain you. But is there anything actually ever being accomplished while steeping tea? This is a Zen, how do you call it? Thought thing, right? I got this from the Global Tea Hut magazine. They do Taoism and tea articles essentially all throughout it. And one of the things that was brought up there that I read years ago, that essentially you are accomplishing nothing by having tea. We can say that we're experiencing meditation and calming down and slowing and and learning process of getting to know the different leaves and learning the steeping precision and timing and temperature, all of this, right? But in the end, nothing is really being accomplished during tea time. And it's a beautiful thing. So, anyways, I'm ready for the true steep. Are you ready to watch me drink it? Whatever. Look at this color. Look at it. Oh, isn't she sweet? Okay, I'm going to pour 1 cup up here for Spirit. So you deserve tea too. Do you see that? No, you don't. Here you go. Here's a cup for Spirit. Also yellowy orange. And then a cup for me. Where's my belt? Cheers. Oh. It's kind of got these like fruity tones to it. I don't want to say sharp because that I think is the wrong word, but I hate saying that I have the wrong word. I'm just gonna go with what I feel. Next sip. Warmth, as I imagine sipping from a bitter pumpkin. Like its warm liquids are becoming a pumpkin-y soup in my mouth, except without all the texture and the strings and the fruitiness, chunks of pumpkin that become what the soup is, but the smooth tea soup of there being nothing to chew on. Just the warm liquid going down my tongue, my throat, warming my belly and my heart. Savory, like having a nice warm, now don't get me wrong, nice warm beer. Okay. This is normal. I know I'm probably speaking to more of a North American audience, but this is normal in the UK. I was very surprised when I in England and Scotland found warm beer. But it's just what's kept in the basement in the kegs, and it's not being kept cold. It's traditional. So that, and what I was seeing in my mind was in the Zelda game. Oh, I'm so sorry. Sky something? They live in Skyloft. All right. Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword. Thank you, brain. All right. So I was seeing in Skyward Sword when you get on your bird and you fly out to one of the islands and it has that like bar in the spot where they grow all of the pumpkins. And yeah, it's like this awesome place that I would love to go for a drink. If only I had a big bird to fly and a village in the sky to get to. One of these days. Or maybe one of these lifetimes. You know? I'm a full believer in not exactly reincarnation. I mean, yes, sure, yeah. But more in the sense of our conscious souls do travel and meet new lifetimes, right? Like I feel and I've been told that I'm an old soul. I know that I have seen many lifetimes. I do have an understanding that I have a lover who has passed on, but we have a relationship over many years and lifetimes. And we can go as far as to say different timelines and dimensions because I don't really know what's going on. I'm just here experiencing this 3D world. I don't know what's really going on in the beyond. I ask questions and they only give me so many answers, you know. They're like, go keep being a human and keeping experiencing this 3D reality, and once you're done, you can meet up with us and we'll give you at least a handful of truth. Why just a handful of truth? Yeah, well, I guess there's completely making this up in speculation right now. Oh, because, there's just only so much that you're allowed to know, and we gotta send you into the next lifetime. So off you go. I'll be like, oh, thanks. Yeah, okay. Well, so we solved a couple of these things. And, maybe my soul understands and learns things in this deeper, quicker level that doesn't even have to be communicated. Like, they're out there, souls not really having conversations, right? They're feeling it and trading information like the mycelium network underground, that which we can never access and understand, but it's huge, right? Like mycelium communicates all the way across underneath the ground. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go look up how mushrooms communicate. It's like the biggest network of life that we don't really see. Ta-da. Maybe you're learning a couple of things today. Oh, tea. I'm just taking a moment because remembering that it's a 2020 tea. This is it's 5 years old. 5-year-old leaves, which if you're new to the tea world, aged tea is a huge thing. So this is honestly very, very young if coming from 2020. However, it's been with me for a while, and we're finishing our journey together. Y'all thinking of this? Sorry. Speaking of like the pumpkin-y warm beer feeling. Oh, I had a pumpkin beer the other day. Sucked. I don't know. The best pumpkin beer I have had is from Taps Brewery in Niagara Falls. They did the best. Back to it. The idea of the warm beer, comforting beer, it's like, I was thinking later to go to, there's an open mic jam at the brewery just up the road from me. And every 2 weeks. So I like to go up there and, do poetry and a little bit of drumming and whatever comes up. But do I really want to do that instead of hanging out and having tea? Because this is like infinitely nicer. It's just that they have the open mic and I don't. So maybe I can bring tea. Do you think that just maybe? Sorry, answer my own question. Maybe. I'm like, maybe I can just like pay a cover charge and then bring my own tea and hang out and steep it there. I bet that's okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. These are the ideas I have, okay? I can hang out and get poor drunk and I will be on just the same level as everybody else. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love this tea. Oh. I forgot to mention too. I'm also having a little bit of lapsang souchong on the side here. Now it's gotten cold, but hey, it's worth it. Maybe I'll toss a little bit of hot water if it's been over steeping in there. But yeah, lapsang souchong, the smoky black tea. Really, I just needed something to get me going before I started the podcast because, well, when I'm like, okay, I'm going to record now, it's like, no, I'm going to set up the computer and the phone and the space and the tea and clean things and make arrangements, measure out the angle of the camera, yada, 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 yada. Okay, that is so many things to be aware of. Oh, and I was decorating the door. There's a lot of things to be aware of right before I actually get to sit down and have tea. And look, see, I was even sitting here making tea for 10 minutes before I was sipping it, right? So Need a little something to get me going. And again, with the change of season, lap saying Sushang is the perfect thing. I hope the other tea is just as good. I just realized now I'm blending flavors in my mouth, but still worth it to talk about lapsang because lapsang must always be talked about. Yes. I paused for a second there because I have a friend who has this whole thing that he talks about the shoulds of life. Like, I should be doing this, and or people always telling you should, but how you break free of those shoulds and live the life that you truly desire. So I was about to say we should always be talking about lapsang. Like, oh, I don't want to put anything into people's minds, but actually I do, because lapsang. So anyways, we must talk about lapsang. It's not a tea I drink every day, but it's still something I love. And you've heard my other podcasts. You'll have heard me talk about it the exact same way before. But maybe you're new here, so welcome. Lapsang. Sushang. 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 I'm an echo artist. What a weirdo. What, did I say that? It was probably Peacock Eyes. I blame her. I think she's the only one of my spirit guides who'd call me that. Probably also Jesse, to be honest. Yeah, he's called me a goofball. I've called him a goofball. I love my spirit guides. We're such great friends. Oh, yes. So the incredible thing I witnessed at the thrift store today. Okay. The pandemic scam thing? All right, listen. Okay, this is good. When I was in there, I saw this little basket. And it was labeled face masks. Like masks you put over your mouth and, so that you don't catch the pandemic. Sorry. Right? So, what were we on about during that time period? We were on about how, diseases very easily spread. And we're on about how, if you lift down your mask, you could just catch a cold. Right? If you take it off, if you walk into a restaurant, you have to wear it, but by the time you sit down at the table, it's okay. Did you ever wonder about that? Anyways. And so as such, using temporary masks and then throwing them out, right? The cloth ones, are a little bit better because they're better fabric and close up better. And, in the end, they're like, well, it doesn't even matter. You can just get sick even if you're wearing all this stuff. Okay. Why, oh, why? How, oh, how? Have we forgotten all of these things that were on our minds and, well, other people's minds? The insistence and the paranoia being driven into every single mind and soul. All of this now, and I knew this, I saw it coming. Literally, this is why I wrote poetry and wrote a lot of things during that time, because I just knew we would forget. When we forget the infection, will we remember the lesson? That's also what Bring Me the Horizon ended up writing during that time too. All right, so now it's okay to donate your mask and have somebody else use it. It's just brilliant. It's just brilliant. I mean, challenge me on this. Please tell me why it makes sense, because I don't get it. You'll I was one of the people refusing to wear masks for the longest time. Um, I get it enough, and certain people really do have deeper health problems that they have to be very much more aware of their health. But now we're so far beyond that that apparently we just don't get sick anymore. Disease does not ever carry over from one person into the next, apparently. And oh yeah, the common cold stopped existing because it was just COVID. I'm sorry. This is where my mind goes. So I don't know. Can you believe it? I just thought this was crazy. How we have forgotten how it all went, how it all felt. Because I'm looking at the people who are running this place and thinking they would have been the ones very insistent on having people wear the masks. And I could still, and I assumed that they would have had the big plastic thing over the cash register. And yeah, you look up, there's the hooks are still up there to hang that thing up. So, you know, it's just amazing how it gets forgotten. So, cheers to memory. There's no point I'm trying to make here other than observing the ridiculousness. I'll leave it there. That steep got a little more bitter. Oh, but it's nice. Keeping my eyes in this space of peace where they cannot even open. Oh, oh. Beauty. Ooh, I'm starting to buzz. Mm. Mm. Coming back in. I really wanted to share what I'm super excited about at the moment, and that is my new poetry competition. All right. I'm laying it out. Everyone gets to submit up to 3 poems for free submissions. And I also have an option that people can receive feedback for a fee. And additionally, up to 25 people are going to be selected to be part of being published in a collective. So all 3 of the poems, I'm going to be offering a specific theme for all of them. And then all 3 of the poems, once people go through the publishing, will be going into this collective book. So I am really, really excited to be running this. I want to see a bunch of people's works. I want to see a bunch of different perspectives on the themes that I'm going to be putting out. The themes that I like, I believe one of them is the void. That's a classic for me. Classic. I had to write about the void in so many different ways throughout my trilogy of poetry books. So I'm really intrigued to see what people will come up with in that regard, on that theme. And then there's 2 other ones, but I'm just in the bit of a teasing phase right now. But I mean, by the time this podcast goes up, it's the contest is going to be starting to run pretty soon after. Within this week, it's October 1st now, so within this week, it's going to go up. And yeah, I'm really excited to be running it, and then to have the group coaching happening. There's going to be so much amazing energy in that room, And I just see so many people growing, right? Like people can start, learning from each other, learning to grow more, learning what works, and what isn't working and what is working is just gives you so much perspective on your sense of writing. And I'm going to be kind of doing sort of classes and lessons in there, and then also people can kind of Q&A and share whatever it is that they're at or needing help with. I'm so thrilled. So that's a big thing in the title. All right, here, title. My poetry era. Oh! Yes! For all the people who are needing a space to express their poetry more, really, really be the poet that they are wanting to be and express and get their work out there, now you're going to have pieces in an official publication if you never have before, or if you have before, even better, fantastic. You got another place for it. Oh, I'm just so thrilled. Oh, because I want to give other people that feeling of being published, the having a book in your hands that is what you worked on. This is mine. This is real. Sorry, microphone. So I am again excited. I'll just leave it there. On another note, too, I'm going to be republishing my 3 poetry books into a single book. Still officiating the title on it. Might play with the word. I'm kind of playing with the words, the Tao and the emptiness, the chaos of Tao, reverse cycle, repeat, and the emptiness of the way. So the first and the third book are essentially the same title, just worded differently. So I'm kind of thinking like the void reversed path. No, I had some ideas written down. I think, oh, you know what? I might have it right here. I started a new journal recently. That's kind of exciting. It was hard to finish my last one. It's one of those things. It's one of those feelings, If you know, you know. It's kind of all I can say. Oh, all right. The Void in Reverse, the Pandemic Trilogy. The books are writings from 2020, 2021, 2022. That's kind of the point there. That's what I kind of know them as in a personal way. Reverse the Void, Chaotic Cycle of Emptiness. That's what I named the poetry tour, my poetry show and tour that I put on last year after the third book was published. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sit with these titles and just kind of see what I end up preferring, but it's fun. It's fun coming up with a new title now that I've actually allowed myself to fully go through with the idea. The problem is that each of the books have their very distinct covers, and that's just what makes them part of what they are. But I also felt like I had to accept that calling it a trilogy makes them better off being in a whole book together. Now, I mean, I'm still going to have the separate books available, but I kind of am starting to like the idea of making one piece out of them. And there's a few publishing print decisions that are guiding that decision also. So anyways, I am starting to envision the title. I'm seeing spirals, a clear background. Then the original covers will be printed within the book. It's just kind of like dividing the parts. You know what I mean? Part 1, Chaos of Tao. The cover will be there, and then all of it within, that kind of thing. So that's exciting. So 2 things that are going to be coming up, being published in Peacock Poetry Publishing, is going to be the trilogy reworked, and also the collective that is going to be based on the competition. No, it does not have a title yet because nothing's been written for it yet. The program is going to be called My Poetry Era. However, I'm kind of thinking that it's the title of the collective is going to be either based on a line of somebody's poem that I really like, or maybe a title of one of the poems. We'll just kind of have to see. But yeah, it's not yet been written, so therefore there is no title. That's the magic of it. Oh, ooh, it feels like magic. I feel like I am spellcasting by the creation of this. I love it. All right, well, that's about all I have for today. And thank you for watching, listening, wherever you are, however it is you are approaching this podcast. Have yourself a lovely day. Enjoy October, and I'll be seeing you soon.